Okay, here's my audience. Today, my name is Brody Bartholomew, and today I'll be giving a speech on practicing safe sex. Whether you are in your high school, college, early adulthood, or your later adult years, most all people have experienced sexual activity in one way or another. There are several unwanted health risks when it comes to being sexually active, especially if one is choosing to participate in unsafe sex practices. In this speech, I will be addressing the many beneficial reasons to practice safe sex, the different ways to have safe sex, and also the harmful health consequences that could happen to someone if they choose to have unsafe sex. Safe sex is defined as a sexual activity, and especially sexual intercourse in which various measures are taken to avoid sexually transmitted diseases. It has many different forms and different ways of being the most effective and beneficial, and all are of equal importance. Unfortunately, there is also the opposing side of the spectrum, which is practicing unsafe sex. Unsafe sex is defined as sexual activity in which precautions are not taken to reduce the risk of spreading or acquiring sexually transmitted diseases. Because of people whom choose to participate in this form of sexual activity, there has been an increase in sexually transmitted diseases by 30% in the last 5 years, which is why there has been such a burden on people to go out and get tested in order to help prevent yet another increase in the near future. Sexually transmitted diseases, or STDs, are caused by infections that are passed on from one person to another during sexual contact. Not only are these infections very contagious, but they also do not always have symptoms that are noticeable or appear to the person infected. There are many different kinds of STDs, and they all affect people differently. Some can be cured, and some cannot be, so that makes the importance of getting tested that much more important. HPV is the most common sexually transmitted infection in the United States. More than 40 types of this virus can be spread by various sexual activities, and is so common that nearly every sexually active person will have some form of this virus at one point in their lifetime. Most types of this virus have no symptoms and cause little to no harm. However, some forms can cause various types of cancer, which is a concern for many people. Thankfully, there are vaccines that protect against these cancers, and there are other precautions precautious efforts taken to prevent and or catch the HP virus early on, such as a pap smear. Chlamydia is the most commonly reported STD in the United States. Its most common symptom is an odd discharge or pain or burning when one pees. But not even 50% of people have symptoms, so most people that have it do not even realize it. Luckily, this STD can be treated with antibiotics, which cannot be said for most STDs. According to statistics, more than half of U.S. According to statistics, more than half of us all will get one form of STD at some point in our lives. This statistic is very intimidating. The world is a big place, so the likelihood of over half of us becoming infected with one form of an STD or another is very threatening to many people's health. But the good news is, we are so advanced in our forms of protection that there are many precautions we can take in order to protect not only our health, but also the health of others. There are 15 various forms of precautions one can take to protect themselves from unwanted STDs or even pregnancy. The most common methods include condoms, the contraceptive pill, implants, IUDs, and the morning after pill. Many of the types of contraceptives work by preventing the egg from being released every month, preventing sperm from reaching the egg, blocking the reproductive function, or preventing a fertilized egg from implanting in the uterus. Condoms and the pillow are said to be the most commonly used form of contraceptive. Now, I'm sure most people do not hope for STDs. Some have troubles avoiding it, simply because they do not believe in the use of protection. Some religions are completely against the use of prevention of pregnancy, and some social groups are also against them for various reasons. So because of these reasons, many people that have these beliefs are said to have many more STDs, and also have many more unplanned pregnancies throughout their lifetime. In conclusion, the health consequences of practicing unsafe sex are not worth it. Taking the time to take the precautions necessary in order to keep yourself safe throughout sexual activity has many benefits and positive outcomes for the people who choose to do so. Thank you all for listening.